Panoramic lifestyle, a vision moves in all directions.
Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
Welcome to episode 2 of Dopamine. Thank you so much for joining us. Once again, my name is Tawan, also known as Hollow Tip. I am here with someone that I met during my fitness journey. I got licensed for one format, which took about 6 hours, and it was, it was cool or whatever. It was super fun. But the second one that I got licensed for, that took about 8 hours, and that was super hardcore. That was for mixed fit, and this is where I met this lovely individual here. We bonded quickly because we knew the trials and tribulations of that training. So I'm super excited for her to join me today. Like I was telling her before, I consider her one of the leaders in our fitness community. There's so much going on with our community that people wouldn't know about, so that's what this platform is about. And she is seriously someone that takes the reins and puts together fundraisers. She has a team, obviously. I don't want to make it seem like it's just her, but this is her passion. And so that's why I definitely wanted to showcase her, because she does it on a monthly basis. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you a little bit about yourself. I have Elainemollindo.
Yes.
And all the time that I know her, I have not had to say her last name, so thank God.
And yours is Parker Mallard.
Yes,
Okay.
that is, Parker is my middle name, and Mallard, which I get Millard a lot.
Okay.
And then my first name to begin with is Brutal, so yeah.
I've never asked you either, so yay, we've become closer.
Yes, we become closer on camera. So tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Elaine Mollindo, and I was born and raised here in Yuma, Arizona, closer to the border of Mexico. I moved here to come to Arizona State University in '95, and I never left. So, right now I live in Mesa, and in my day job, I am a early childhood education teacher coach.
Okay.
So I work with teachers around the valley, helping to improve the quality of preschool education for the kids here in Arizona.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, when we talk, I always know that you're traveling all over the valley.
Yes.
And I always try to get a vision of what exactly it is that you do, but I know you're good at it. Whatever.
Thank you.
The skills that you have, because I know that you have to deal with people in development skills. Do you find that helps you with fitness at all? Like with the instructing?
I do
or?
actually. Professional development coaching is really similar to life coaching, and I'm a certified life coach as well. And my background, my education, my degree is in psychology.
Okay.
So all of that kind of merges together, and when you're looking at helping people with their own self-development, all of it kind of comes along. So I'm able to embrace everything that I've learned throughout my life to be able to help other people with their journeys. So.
And I think that's wonderful, because what people don't realize too is that when they think of fitness, they think of you automatically going to the gym and then that's it. But it's all about wellness overall. It's mental, physical, everything. And I think that one thing that you were involved in is with the training. You were actually there to help the individuals get trained for the format that we did. So I would imagine that you were able to use your skills there with motivation and, keeping people going and stuff. So tell us a little bit how it was to be on the other side of that, being the one that's training them.
Okay. That all kind of happened by accident. Our national trainer, our international trainer, Ryan Grovey, reached out and asked if I would help volunteer. So I did. And it was, instead of the 8 hours that we did, it turned out to be 10 hours of really rigorous work. And you also are dealing with people that are scared and unsure. So you've got to keep a smile even though your feet are killing you. And, then you get to think about all the things that you couldn't think about when you were so nervous yourself. Sharp lines, smiling faces, sharp movements. And so then you get to coach someone else through that and coach them through their insecurity and some of their pain. I had 2 people in my mentor group that had bad knees, and they didn't think they could do it, but not realizing that mixed fit is such a people-inspired fitness format that just a short conversation with the master trainers, and they were totally happy to help those people modify, lifted their spirits. Everybody had a great time. And I didn't think much about it until I ran into one of the women from my mentor group, and you know, she thanked me for my patience and my compassion, and I really was just something that came naturally to me because I just had a genuine love for them all. So it was really great to hear, and it was so awesome that she recognized me because there was 100 of them there, and there was 20 volunteers. It meant a lot to me to know that, like, I'm memorable to her. Yeah, and she'll hopefully, you know, be able to pass on the torch and maybe be a volunteer next year.
Exactly. Well, people don't realize that whole experience is just a bonding experience in itself. Like, you go through a lot, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot, you know. Some of the note taking, you know, is cool, but for the most part, you really are just group with the individuals and learning to help each other through the tough times, through the endurance test. Even though you may be doing something that's hilarious with the endurance test, you're testing yourself.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So,
I kind of compare it to being in a sorority or fraternity, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. I was in one myself in college, and you go through this really intense thing with a group of people you've never met in your life. You learn a language that really nobody else understands outside of the community. That kind of gets to be all your own, and you celebrate each other, and you celebrate anniversaries, and there's fitiversaries and things like that. And then you watch the leadership move up in the community as well, and it's kind of really parallel to the Greek life. So
that's what I was going to say, because I know we talked about it in the first episode. I talked about why I got into group fitness. It's because I was trying to just put myself out there to meet individuals because I was new to Arizona. You are actually from here, so what was your reasoning for getting into dance fitness or just fitness in general?
So I guess in talking about it, I think in my youth, I'm going to be 42 in October. I was always a leader in high school. I was in student council. In college, I was, you know, in a sorority, and then you graduate, and you know, you become an adult, and then you deal with adulthood. And so in that time, working and paying bills and being a grown-up, I stopped to take a look at myself, and I had gained quite a bit of weight. I was almost 300 pounds, and I was miserable. So I enlisted the help of a trainer, and he was amazing. So he helped me drop the first 50 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And then I kind of got stuck in a rut where I needed friends. I was feeling better. I could go out and do stuff, but I had nobody to do it with. And so I decided to take a Zumba class and tripped all over myself. But it was great. And so there had been a free demo offered after a Zumba class I was taking for MixFit. And it had me. Like within the first, by the warm-up, I was so sold, and I could not get enough. I follow these women around the valley, driving sometimes 45 minutes to an hour just to get to some of these classes. And then they brought up certification, and so I thought that was just something I wanted to do to prove to myself that I could. So I did, and then fell in love with another format.
Yeah, but so you have another format under your belt.
Commit City Fitness. So, you know, again, wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and I did. And I, in the beginning, never intended to teach any classes. It was just for my own personal satisfaction. But the leader in me came out, and I realized that I needed for me to do something else with it. So now I've found myself in leadership again.
You're good at what you do.
Thank you so
Seriously.
much.
Well, that's what we're talking about, just wellness and with fitness and everything. I think with you have a great sense of discipline, and that is really what it takes. And the reason why I'm saying discipline is just a cheap segue to go into you being with your vegan lifestyle. Basically, you are completely disciplined in that. And I know that before, when we had in episode 1, I said that before we have our guest on, I have them pick an article or something that's passionate to them. So we're going to take a break right now, but when we come back, I want you to tell us about that article and how it incorporates into your lifestyle. Okay?
Great.
All right.
Thank
We'll be
you.
back.